So this is what I'm building today. It's just a basket for my tractor to hold things. You know, it's interesting to me how people who sell tractors, they don't make any kind of place for you to keep stuff that you're inevitably going to carry on a tractor. Like, you know, you got to carry chains and chainsaws and fuel and, you know, all kinds of stuff. They give you a tiny little toolbox about this big that, you know, might hold a wrench and a screwdriver, but that's about it. So this is just a basket that I devised. Probably the hardest thing about it was figuring out how to mount it on the roll bar. But I'll cover that also. So, all right, let's get started. I've got some what looks like 1-inch angle iron cut. This is from some old bed frames that I'm recycling. And I've got it laid out square here. This is 18 inches by 35.5 inches. That's just what will fit on between the roll bar of my tractor. And so I'm just going to get this tacked together. I've got a piece of expanded metal that I'm going to put in the bottom, and it just happens to be the right size width-wise, but I got to cut it to length. I'll just mark it out. Alright, now I'm getting ready to bend this, and I've got it marked at 10 inches, so I want my seams on the side of the basket. I don't want them in the corner because they'll be sharp and jagged. So, and I don't really want them on the long ends because that's where probably most of the stress is going to be. So I want them on the side. So I've come back 10 inches here. Now, when you do a bend like this, one of the most important things is to make sure that you bake the bend at a 90-degree angle. Otherwise, your ears aren't going to lay flat. Do it like that. Now, I know from doing this that when I bend this, it's going to make it a 1/2 inch longer. So I'm kind of making a little bit of a allowance for that. Then I want to clamp this down nice and tight. Now I want to take the next measurement from the inside, from the outer edge here, and I know I've got 35 inches total. I want to come back a 1/2 inch, otherwise I know it's going to be a 1/2 inch too long, because I know the radius of that bend is going to kick me out a little bit. There, you can see by getting the ends, this is what I meant by having your ears straight. This has actually got a little bit of a bend to it, but it'll flatten out like that. If you didn't get these straight, one of them would be sticking way up in the ear. Alright, so this has got the sides put in there, and this is what I was talking about overlapping on the sides. See, so now my corners aren't real sharp, so I like that. So now I'm just going to get this tacked in place. Alright, so I finished getting it all tacked together and I got a coat of paint on it. And these are the mounts that are going to mount it actually to the tractor. Alright, so in order to get this thing mounted, I used this bracket to measure off of. I measured how far down this nut is and how far down this nut is. And then how far this was from this edge, and then how far this was from this edge, and transferred that onto a piece of a folder, and then used that to make sure that it was going to line up. And then I just transferred that to here. I made these brackets, but that just told me where to hold them so that I could get them welded in place and that it would actually fit the tractor. All right, next thing I do is just get it mounted. Alright, so that's got it mounted on my tractor. I think I'm going to get quite a bit of use out of this, and I've been wanting one ever since I got the tractor and just haven't gotten around to doing it. So anyway, I hope this was interesting to you. Thank you for watching.